Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got a very unbalanced rack, no way of getting rid of the queue. I am changing, and I'll keep just RT. Pretty good, fairly balanced. I'm not seeing a 7 here, but there will be some 8s. Navi cert comes to mind through an I. But quite often when you change, opponent changes as well. In which case I could play Varek, and opponent does change. So let me get this down. Oh wow. Back to pretty much where I was on the opening rack. However, I think this has slightly more options and no queue, so probably playing through this is better than changing. Varek only takes an S after it, and C only takes an H after it to create a 2-letter word. V taking nothing, so... Wow, fantastic start for opponent. Superb bingo. What can I do? So quite a few vowels in the middle, which may assist. So I could play Kent. Let me see what this scores. 30 points, OK rack leave. It would be nice to get rid of F, K and N. No I for knife. Yeah, I don't want to keep double N, double T, so playing Kef somewhere doesn't work. I do have Kenaf. 32 points, keeping N, double T. Is this better than Fent? Not sure that it is. And this is quite a hot Z spot. So I am going with this. Okay, well, a couple of vowels this turn. Through an O, I would have Pan 40. Do I have a 7? I don't think so. F and P don't go well together. Now, what about the floating vowels? How about the A? No, I would have after pain through A and I. Do any other consonants look helpful? Don't think so. Great, opponent slowing down, provides another A, which doesn't help. So can I get rid of F and P? Well, I could with FAP, but that's a really miserable score, even though the rack leave of AENRT is good. Gosh, I hope I'm not missing something through an A. Can't think what it would be. So, what to do? 3 consecutive consonants makes it hard to play a parallel play. Nothing goes in front of C. So my P could go next to the U. But then how do I play the F? I trail by 40. Well, like this, perf for 28, decent rack leave. Perf only takes an S. I'm going, what about column 8? Because eta is good. Do I have a 6-letter A play? Don't think so. So I have some reservations with this, but oh wow, great. Those reservations are removed. Perf not good. FAP just doesn't feel optimal. Only 11 points, but a very good rack leave. And there are bingo lanes on the board. Is this the play? Or is this the play for 26 points? I think this is a better play. I'm going with this. And no vowels at all. Gosh, if I'd played FAP, I would have had AENRT. And a 2-consonant pick wouldn't have been deadly. But this is a 5-consonant pick, and it's looking pretty grim. However, I did get 26 points for frappe, so I'm not too far behind opponent. Opponent appeared to be sorting out a lot of rubbish last go with vacua. How well have they drawn? So, is this bad enough to change? Difficult to say. Because if I could play off DLL, then NRST is not bad. Dull doesn't quite work. 50 points for opponent. Ouch. Now, opponent's play makes playing around this A quite valuable. So I could play lad. That isn't good with keeping 5 consonants. So lard would be better. Still not great, but this is now in the territory of being better than changing. Jomo takes an N, and I've got one. Agonising that I don't have a vowel to make even a 4-letter play. Darn keeps double L, that's not a good idea. Okay, so lard is the best I've seen for 15. Wow, and I draw 3 E's. I have stellene, and Varex is good. So I have a bingo in column 9. Will that stay available? Kent may take an S. And it does. Fantastic. So I have 2 spots for stellene. Stellene doesn't have an anagram. So what about floaters? Anything through the F? No. How about the A? No. So it's stellene, or I have to start scratching around for an alternative, and with only 1-point tiles, that's not going to score very much. Frappe takes nothing in front. Vacua doesn't take anything afterwards. So which of the 2 spots is best? Stellene in row K gets doubled, but stellene in column 9 gets the points from Varek. Well, 10 from Varek, 8 from Kent, so stellene row K is better. Now, 32 points for opponent. Do I have anything beginning with T? No, I don't. So let me get this down. Stellene for 73. Pretty good. I have ethoxide onto the E's of stellene, and surely opponent will be drawn to the T he's provided in column 1. Fantastic. And ethoxide column 11 gets doubled. What if that is blocked? That would be so unkind. Do I have anything beginning with the T? Well, nothing great, just ticks and texts. Fantastic. Opponent plays there for 12 points. Hilarious. So I have ethoxide for 88. Bang! And ethoxide takes an M, still one M to come. Now I draw the Z, and the big tiles go well with vowels, and I've got plenty of those. No bingo here, but can I get a decent score from the Z? Res is good. Zar is good, but I can't get them to play twice. I have Zoner in column 12, but with the downside, that opponent is highly likely to make a big score off the Z. So surely I can do better. How hot is this X in row H? Do I have a play through that? Don't think so. I have Azern on my rack. Do I have a 6-letter Z play? I don't think I do. So no standout Z spots. I guess I have Zoner in column 10. 36 points. 50 points for column 12. And that would retain the U with a Q still to come. I'm not seeing any TZ plays in column 8. What about column 13? Well, interesting. I have Ozena, O-Z-A-E-N-A, and that stays available. Wow, let me see what this scores. 50 points, without the massive danger from opponent scoring off the Z. Yeah, I think this is the play. And I draw the blank. Fantastic. First of the blanks. Do I have a bingo? I have the IFY ending. Gosh. I feel there could be one here. Quite a few floaters. E and R are pretty hot. And if I had a 7, it would play in column 14. I have a 100-point lead. Let me have a quick squiz through the alphabet, see if anything jumps out. And I'm mainly looking for IFY endings. Not seen anything so far. Still nothing. No, this isn't looking hopeful. However, I have the blank. So, can I do something about F and Y? Well, Fumi is good. That would get rid of all of my big tiles. And I can play that in column 3. Making far, not offering very much, but attracting opponent to the bottom left, leaving the bingo lanes alone. That sounds like a decent plan. I was also eyeing up column 12, but opponents blocked that. Key takes an R and an S. Not seeing any hot RH plays. I have Rye. 27 points, but keeping FMU. I think if I have the opportunity to play Fumi, that's much better. Do I really have nothing through this E? 13 minutes on my clock. I really feel there could be something. It could be an EFY word, but it's not coming to mind. So this is what I'm thinking of. Decent score, 29 points. Fantastic rack cleave. And row O not particularly dangerous. So, yeah, I am going with this. And I draw the second blank. Wow, fantastic. But am I bingoing? B and U, not particularly bingo-y. So I have bruised and bruises in column 14. Do I have anything beginning with R? Rubber eyes is a 9. Great, just 27 points. Quite a lowly score. So I lead by 60. 16 tiles in the bag. The game is not won yet. I do have bruised, which gets doubled. But remaining tiles quite bingo-y. And I'll be creating a hot column 15 lane. I can't go through all possibilities of these blanks. That would be 26 times 26. But I can go through one. And what I'm looking for is a bingo beginning with R. Well, that's interesting. That's rubrics, which might be a decent play in column 14 to limit scoring options, but it's only a 7. Rushbird I don't think is good. Rubber eyes is a 9. So I'm contemplating this rack plus an R. Rushbird again. I don't think it's good. 10 minutes on my clock. No, not seeing anything. Three R's. Burstia, but that doesn't begin with R. No, so I'm not seeing anything beginning with R. So, what about doing this? For 76 points. I could play 2 squares higher to get the play doubled, but this gets value from the Z, so I think is going to score more. I think this makes it harder for opponent to bingo in column 15. So, yeah, I am going with this. And a pretty good pickup, certainly the first 5 letters. 2 W's not great, but I have a good lead. And this is fairly decent for 7 random tiles. I could play War around the A of Ozina, but for a very lowly score. I've also got Wow. Great, just 20 points. Now, can I score anything around this middle triple word square? OS takes an E. Zen is good. Let me just put these letters in to see what sort of score I'm looking at. Horrible rack cleave. No, that's just pretty grim. That's not massively dangerous. I feel this game is won. So 5 tiles left. What about playing through this E, taking out both the E and the R as bingo floaters? How good of a plan is that? Well, it's a plan which doesn't score very much. I'm not seeing how I can get the W tripled. War is terrible because it takes an E, so it's setting up a hot column 15 play. Quite tempting to play wow. If this R and E are left alone, I could have a bingo. Inga is pretty hot. So I'm going with this. Okay, so I have Resigner in row O. I have Energies in row N. So that's worked out quite nicely, especially if opponent is drawn. Well, he's been drawn to something. Column 8, Vids. Fantastic. And emptied the bag. I have Resigner for 83. Bang. Fantastic. And the final score, 336 for opponent, 529 for me. A winning margin of 193 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what an ending. Absolutely fantastic. So it was me to go first. Gosh, I had Tronk for 28, keeping QT. That would have been better than changing. Yeah, I didn't see that. Opponent changes. And now I have this rack. I play Varek and I like it. Nothing scores more. And the V and C massively restrict parallel plays. But look at this superb spot by opponent of Amphori. And I trail. Kennet, that's nice. G7. Where I played Kent. Only 4 more points and ENT helped the F, so I think my play is fine. Opponent plays Vacua. Phew, no missed bingo here. I thought there might be. I play Frappe for 26. J8. Oh, there was a 6 that I played down column 8, making Eta. R Pent for 36. I would have played that if I'd seen it. Now, opponent with O's plays Jomo. So I trail by 60. I've got all consonants. Oh, and I play Lard, and I could have played Lant, keeping 3 consonants instead of 4. That would have been better. But not many more points on offer. Opponent with vowels plays Tie. And here we go. This is the beginning of my comeback. I trail by 78, but I have Stelline for 73. And opponent is struggling. Plays Toil. And what a dream pickup. Back-to-back bingos. I have Ethoxide for 88. Now opponent plays Tiger. And I have Ozina for 50. So suddenly from being 70 odd behind, I have a 100-point lead. Wow, good grief. Missed bingo. N1. Oda Leak onto the E of Tiger, getting the Q tripled for 126 points. That would have shaken me out of any complacency I might have felt with a 100-point lead, because I would have been trailing. But fortunately for me, opponent doesn't spot that, plays Key for 37. And now, yes, my turn to miss a bingo. Firmity and Oi. Wow, well done if you spotted that. I felt there was something there, but it eluded me. So I play Fumi for 29, the third one down here with a decent rack leave. And the blank's worth 25 to 30, so Although a missed bingo is bad, it's not as bad as missing one without the blank. Now, opponent plays Odell and D bruise N7 through the E, putting an S on the end of Ozina. That's nice. I play bruises for 76, which doesn't even make the list here. D14. So Fubsy are playable in this spot for 81. Yeah, getting the B tripled, so there were better options in column 14. Now, despite opening three triple word squares, opponent doesn't have the tiles to take advantage. Plays Inti. And wow, K5. Gwyn, Ugg, 4 and Odile. Superb. Would have emptied the bag, but a decent score. Instead I play Wow for 9, keeping an amazing or a pretty good 5-letter set with a couple of decent floaters. And opponent scores well with vids, but look at this, absolutely superb rack. I have Resigner, and I also have the benefit of double the value of these points from opponent's rack. And there we go. That is how to win by nearly 200 points when you start from a position of being 100 behind. So absolutely amazing game. I had some ropey racks at the beginning, and opponent got off to a fast start with Amphori, and I had 7 consonants on my rack at one point, so I didn't think it was going to be an easy game by any means, or even a 1 game, but everything turned with the pickup of 3 E's when I played off the 3 consonants, which gave me a bingo, and then the back-to-back bingo of ethoxide. That then established a big lead. Opponent failed to spot Odeleek, which was a let-off for me, and I was able to bingo again right at the death to secure the victory by a large margin. So super exciting stuff. Many thanks to opponent for a good game. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.